So you hear me talking about moon energy with snake. Moon energy is fluidity. Jing, the cultivation of Jing. Jing is energy that comes through the blood and the fluids in the body. Whereas Qi is energy that comes through the breath. So when we develop moon energy in snake, control over the blood or control over the nervous system, right? The water element. Now, this is a little bit different than dragon, because dragon is ether, which is a little thicker. It's like moon energy, it flows, but it's a little more dense, like plasma, okay? So this is the energy we're working with. So I'm gonna demonstrate a technique that you can practice with kettlebells that will keep your motion going without having to stop and change direction. Like you see up and down, you see side to side, you see all these different motions with the kettlebells, but they go one way and they stop and they come back. Maybe Turkish get-ups, they're jumping, they're pushing up and going down. Now, these things are good, they're excellent methods of training. I'm just gonna add something. Now, my preference is to use weights in motion, kettlebells, moving through specific patterns. But I'm gonna demonstrate one frame of motion that's repetitive, that you don't have to stop and change directions. Now, I'm gonna use the Guaisat stance. The beauty of this leg, you see, is that I can move it back out of the way. So I'm gonna move back a little and demonstrate the footwork with the motion, and then I'll come forward so you can see the arms better. So with this motion, I want to take up this Guaisat stance like this, in this chamber. And I'm going to lift and turn, push through, up, down, turn, up, down, turn. So you see the technique without the kettlebells. Constant motion. With the kettlebells once again. Here we go. You want to go over the head, turn up. Now, this is going to do a lot of things. It's going to power a tremendous uppercut. It's going to give you a powerful block, another strike if you want it, and a hook down. Okay? Constant writhing. Writhing is the energy of moving back and forth with heavy power when we're talking about dragon, right? You ever see a snake just coiling? And you can see how it's just throwing its weight. Fluidity. It's because it has full control over its blood. Snakes feel through the water element. A snake on the ground, through his stomach, through the blood, feels the vibrations in the ground of other creatures. Probably a lot of stuff it can feel. Very sensitive, all right? As I said, fluidity unlocks the blood. Whereas the bones are different with tiger, right? Because tiger, we have rigidity, solidarity, right? Strength, heavy, power. With the leopard, we have agility, fire element. So these creature teachers go hand in hand with all the metaphors in the alchemical operation. So, this is the Dragon's Cave, you've heard me call it. As of lately, it's the Dragon's Forge, where we're getting into these equations and bringing the raw material up to transform it into gold. So at the bottom, in the base chakra, we have the tiger pounding away on the anvil, the raw material, working the body, survival instinct, sharpening its claws, separating and dividing the materials that it's going to refine or not. discarding, separating the chaff from the wheat. And then on the next floor up in the forge, the second chakra under the navel, where the snake is working its writhing, powerful motion with the waters, helping to aid in the control of the fire above, which is the furnace burning, with the leopard making the fire with his winding, diving, twisting, rolling, jumping, leaping, kicking motions, lightning fast, keeping that fire burning. And then above you have the white crane on the bellows with his wings feeding that fire, keeping it from getting too small. So between the snake and the crane, the leopard's fire is managed. Right? And then you have above the top 3 floors, there's another conversation. Those are occupied by the dragon that makes the goal. All right, I'm just starting to ramble now. We appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you next time. Sifu Les Clements out.